I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you're ready for a great week of activities. There's plenty of things to do. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about is expired listings and the top three things that agent forget about. So why are we talking about this today for Mindset Monday? Well, one of the things is when you're working with expires for sale by owners that we've been talking about lately, it's about having the right mindset. So it's really important to know what are the three things that agent forget about because it will set you up to success if you put them into practice. So you gone to the after expire listing. Maybe some of you have, maybe you haven't, but it's a huge market available ready for you for the taking. Now, keep in mind that there are three important things that will set you apart from other agents who have tried and failed. Now, we probably all had a bad experience with an expired home seller. After all, they are frustrated because they're getting bombarded by aggressive real estate agents. And by the time you try to approach them with a helpful, calm report, they're already feeling a bit jaded. So it can be the perfect storm for a disaster. But on the flip side, expires can be a quick listing opportunity if you approach them correctly. And that's what I wanted to talk to you guys today. So let me explain the three areas where I see agents failing and those same agents who stack the decks against you before you even call the expired seller. So if you know what those agents are doing wrong, you can avoid making those same mistakes. What are the three things that I'm referring to? Well, number one, when a home expires, an agent needs to quickly spring into action with a complete plan instead of just calling on a whim. Number two, agents need to be persistent no matter what. Yes, sellers whose home have gone off market are an emotional low. So agents have to be persistent to neutralize their emotions. Many times, an expired homeowner can be angry and upset about everything they've been through. Then turn around and let another agent visit their home, do a presentation, and then you get the listing. Now, most agents, number three, are not consistent. So if you're not consistently going after expires and you're just dabbling here and there, it's like chasing two rabbits. You don't get either one of them, and they both run away from you. So keep in mind all those three things. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be solely focused on expires. What I'm saying is that you need to stick to a process, trust that process that you set for yourself. For example, let's say that you spend an hour every day with expires, and this will be the process. I would recommend call them, mail the material, drop by, and text. That's my recommendation. But whatever your process is, put the process together, start the process, and then perfect it as you go along. But you have to act fast with expires. You have to be persistent and you have to be consistent. It's a combination of all three, not just one or two. You have to keep in mind all three. So let's say you act fast and you're persistent, but you don't have any kind of process in place, that doesn't work. And don't forget that you have to constantly evaluate the process and make sure it's the best for you. It has to work for you. So regarding my own process, for example, I know that when I drop off a package and then call, I have better results. When I text before I call, when I email before I call, or when I know about the property and I know my stuff by the time I call, instead of using a script, it goes a lot better for me. So when I know more about the house, I can talk about the neighborhood, the school system, the drainage systems, whatever. If the house didn't sell for a particular reason, I will know and I will try to figure out the reasons ahead of time. Many agents think, well, I just need to get them on the phone, I have a script, and when I say the script, I get the listing. But that's not true, and that's not how it works. Those are the same agents who are actually frustrated and confused and don't understand why they aren't seeing results. They don't have a plan and they don't know what to fix because they don't know what's working, what's not working. So same thing happened. As a result, you get frustrated sellers. So here's what I would highly recommend or encourage you to do. Act quickly, be persistent, and be consistent with a tested process. Start with whatever process you have. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can perfect it along the way. I also encourage you to give you time to work with expired listings because they are great listings. They need to sell. And that's the one thing that you and them have in common. You want to sell and they need to sell. So furthermore, they probably need to sell quickly because they already listed once or twice before. If you can flip them into listing and successfully sell them, you can undoubtedly expect to get a positive review and future referrals. Also, when you have a listing, you can offer to host an open house and advertise the home to bring in more buyers and expand your network. It just snowballs from there. Remember, a sphere of influence is round, just like a snowball. So I really, really, really hope that this discussion today has given you some useful tips on what we're seeing today across the country and where agents are dropping the ball when it comes to working with expired listings. Maybe it will help you to reevaluate what you're doing and point out some areas where you can improve and win more listings. So again, the reason why I wanted to point out the fact that we're the Mindset Monday with expired listings is because to work with the one of the one goals we should have this year and for the upcoming month is work with sellers. You need to work with sellers. You need to get more listings. And to be able to do that, you need to have the right mindset. So I highly encourage you to put these three things into action. You know, I hope you wrote it down, but make the call, make the time, sit down, you know, look at your script, look at your process, work on your process, and make sure you're being consistent and there's persistency in there, especially when we're working on trying to get listings. So I hope again you found this very helpful, and that was Mindset Monday for you guys. So thank you so much for joining us today. We have a lot going on this week, so please stay tuned. I want to invite you. I want to take the opportunity to invite you over to our Real Estate Friday. We're going to be giving you some strategies and tips, and we might most likely will have a guest speaker joining us on how's the market looking so far for the beginning of the year. So stay tuned for that as well. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Steve, anything else you want to add, or we're good to go? Can't hear you.
Just stay tuned at www.brokernation.events and make sure that you register for Friday's event. And we have another home buying seminar coming up next week for new home buyers, right, Daylon?
Yeah, that's gonna be February 11th at 7 p.m. So we're hosting it. It's gonna be a Zoom event, so you're more than invited. You will get an invitation, so you can, if you want to share to any of the people that you know, your prospect, your leads, and you want to invite them over to an event. We're gonna be talking about why buying right now it's a good time, well, interest rates. We're gonna show them the path to home ownership. So if you want to invite them over, I encourage you to do that because this is going to be a great event. And it's going to be live on Zoom. So that means that everybody can attend. So I look forward to having you guys, but stay tuned. We'll send over the invitation. It will be on www.brokernation.events. Stay tuned for that. All right, guys, with that said, thank you so much for joining us today. Have a wonderful day. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Have a great week.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye, everybody.